Right. Welcome, all of you. So today I'm going to talk about persona and relations and why do relationships suffer due to poor communication. Okay. Now, first, wrong belief which we people have is communication is common sense. It is not. Communication does not come by common sense. Please mark this very clearly. Understand this. It's a skill. You have to develop it. It does not come naturally. Now, the tone which I'm talking to you, like if I speak in a louder and a faster tone, now you all are going to get excited. But if I have to say the same thing, I'm going to say this in a milder tone, slightly slowly. The impact on your emotions is going to vary. So good communication is not common sense, my friends. It is a skill. You have to learn that skill. Okay. Now, as I mentioned last time about the influence and persuasion and communication, that is a step once you understand that where you fault or where you lack. Many of us don't know actually that the message that we're trying to convey to people is being understood in a different way by the people whom we are addressing. So, what you're trying to convey, the message which you're trying to convey vocally, that is why, like by talking, has to be precise, crisp, and clear so that it is understood by the person who's listening to you or who is making the conversation with you, right? And 99% of problems in any workplace, organization, relationships, friendships, love, or marriage is all because of poor communication. You're trying to say A, and the other person understands as B. And then what happens due to our own perspectives and our own experiences, we form opinions. And from the opinion comes the judgment. And judgment gives birth to action. So this is how the whole chain reaction starts. Right. So now what I'm going to tell you first thing is understand that whenever you're communicating with anyone, be it your peer, senior, junior, son, daughter, relatives, friends, anybody, communication is all about receiving and sending information. I say something, you respond. You say something, I respond. But we can be on the same wavelength only if we understand each other. And why I am saying this, we don't understand each other, is because either we are not listening to what the other person is saying, or we're trying to jump into the communication to show our presence and approval. And why we do this? Because we are gratitude seekers. Human beings want pleasure, want happiness, and they want reciprocation in the form of approval. We look for approval. How do we look for approval? Let me give an example. Now, let's say I've been given a task to give a presentation to a foreign delegation which is visiting my company, and I give a very good presentation. Everybody is happy, my boss is happy, but my boss does not say, "Well done, Pagay, well done." And I'm looking for that. I said, "Oh my God, I worked the whole of the weekend. I worked for 7 days on this presentation. It went off like a butter through knife, knife through butter, but then I got no compliments. I got no approval for it." So we look for approval. And when we look for approval, we try to make our presence felt in any communication. So let's say there's a party of 3 or 4 people together and somebody's talking about, say, let's say shares. Everybody, despite their knowledge, do they have knowledge? Don't have knowledge. They'll try to butt in the conversation and hijack the conversation. That is where the trouble starts. So basically, while you're communicating and you're receiving information, either receive it properly or send it properly. Two simple things. These are the mantras of good communication. Send your information clearly and receive information clearly. You can only send information clearly if you are mindful, you're aware, and you're participating, paying attention to the conversation. It is not just that you hear one person and suddenly you come to a conclusion, oh, he's talking of shares. He may not be talking about shares. He may be talking about finance. He may be talking about RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So generally what happens in the first 60 to 90 seconds, you try to jump in and hijack the conversation. Please don't do it. You will not reach anywhere. All right. So now I have explained to you our personas. We do not persona is a Latin word, which means personality. We always hide our true personality, our true self. I'll give you a simple example. Take the example of a salesman in a showroom. You want to buy a car and he will tell you all the plus points of the car. He will project an image about himself as if he has manufactured the car. And then what is he going to do? He is going to first listen to what you want. You say, I want a sports car, red in color. It should have a high torque, very good speed. It should be an automatic car. He says, sir, I have just the right product for you, which you're looking for. Now, when he says, what has he done? He has carefully listened to your requirements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sports car, red color, automatic, etc., etc. And now he has created a situation that, yes, I have a product which you're looking for, and there is no alternative to this product. Out of communication. You get convinced, you buy the car. And you come out and in another 15 days, you find, oh my God, there's a better model available. And you say, oh my God, I made a mistake. I should have gone here. Now, what you told him was your perception. You defined something very clearly, and you forgot to explain something very clearly. It was all communication. You have not met that salesman. The salesman has never met you. All right. So this is what is happening in poor communication. And in persona, nobody puts his true self in front of anyone. You will always have a veneer or a facade on your personality. You will only try to put those skills or those abilities in you which you are good at. You will not show them the complete hand. You will only show them these 3 fingers because these two there's something wrong with them. You're not good at them. So this impact, your persona also has impact on communication. You'll find there are people where you get automatically attracted to. I'm not saying women or men to women, women to men. There are people where you feel, oh, this man is interesting. He's a nice fellow. It can be by his body language. It can be by the way he dresses. It can be by the way he looks. It can be by the way he talks, or it can be by the way what he does. There are some people who are fidgety, who drop things, who bang on the doors in the workplace and all, and they are liked by everyone. So that is how personas and communication are interrelated. Now, coming on to why is persona and poor communication important? Why do we have to remove it? I'm not saying that you be open and bare to people, strangers, and tell them about your weaknesses and your fault lines. No. I'm just telling you to persuade yourself, to self-motivate, to communicate in a manner where you are understood, you're liked, and you're appreciated, and you are also made a part of the team. And remember, these teams are everywhere. Your family is a team. Your friends are a different team. Your workplace is a different team. Your relationship, your boyfriend, girlfriend is a team. So these are all teams which are working on communication. Now, how should you motivate yourself? That is more important because unless you are able to self-motivate yourself, you will not be able to build better relationships. You will not be able to increase your productivity. You will not be able to develop that charisma which is there. For example, those Hindi film actors, just imagine Amitabh Bachchan or Dharmendra or anybody and see the charisma, the aura they have. Salman Khan. Oh, people throng. Moment they step out of the car in Mumbai, people are there. Paparazzi is there. They're taking pictures. Somebody wants to take a selfie with them. Why does this happen? This is because their inner motivation, they are motivated, they know who they are. They are able to motivate themselves. They are also humans, but they are mindful, they are self-aware, and they have a definite goal. I'll come to the goal later, but this is very important. Now, how to self-motivate is very important, is simple thing. First of all, every day you have to write your goal. And I call that aide memoire. It's a French word, AIDEMEMOIRA. Aide memoire is utilization of your 24 hours effectively, wherein you can address this important skill of communication, practice on it. You have to know how are you going to go through the day. So you have to write in bold blocks that, okay, early in the morning, I've got to go to the gym. At 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, I have to work on my presentation in the office. 10:30, I'll take a tea break. 11 to 1 o'clock, I'm going for a presentation, which is compulsory at the workplace. 1:30, I have my lunch and come back and work on the presentation at 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I have to go and play a game of tennis. I don't know if your profession permits. Okay. Then 6 o'clock, I have to spend my time with my spouse and probably go for a movie 6 to 9. So before that, my thing has to be finished. Now you see, you chalked out the entire itinerary for the day. So you're in control of the day. And now, in this time, you find time to learn your communication skills. So how do you learn these communication skills while you're working? As I said in my last webinar, please pay attention to the words, phrases, sentences. I repeat, words, phrases, sentences which people use. Carry a small pocket book. Note down those phrases. Note down the context. In what context is this man speaking this phrase, this word, this sentence? And by the seventh day, you will understand that it has a deeper meaning. He's not trying to say that that man is a bad man. There must be something else, some other meaning to it, which is giving you an input. But it comes with observation. So observe and note. Make an aide memoir. That is how you will persuade yourself to self-motivate and learn the communication skill where people are automatically attracted to you and you have a charisma which people like and they will always run after you. Very simple. You don't have to be beautiful like Mona Lisa, or you don't have to be handsome like Robert Redford or those actors. An average person can be a good, skilled communicator with charisma and audience following him. Okay. Persuasion and influence. I told you why persuasion and influence is persuasion, as I told you, fact is presented in such a way that it changes the opinion of the others. It is deliberately done, which I had said, like lawyers do while fighting a case. And influence is all about leadership. My father influenced me to join the Indian Army. He did not. What is that influence? That influence is that he is the role model. You look up to somebody to follow him, emulate him. That is influence. And most good leaders do this. They don't tell them how to do, they just tell their team what to do. That is where the influence comes in. Persuasion is the leader knows it's wrong. He'll manipulate and he'll make you do things which are wrong and which will end up in loss or damage. So be very clear about these persuasion and influence. These are two main components of communication, effective persuasive communication. If you're good at persuading people, if you're good at influencing people, you are automatically a skilled communicator. Right. I leave it at that. You can refer to my last webinar. Now, now how to connect with people, you know? let's say I'll give you a case study on poor communication. I'm coming to that. But first, how to connect with people. You see, the first thing when you meet a stranger, two things happen. Either you walk up to him and shake hands, or you walk away, or you are not interested in that person. But when you know that, yes, I have to connect with this person, for example, again, the salesman. I don't need to buy a product X, but his job is to sell product X. His target is to sell 10 products a month. He's a stranger. He comes to me. Have you ever seen, just replay in your mind when you see a salesman somewhere in the market, in the shop, or anywhere, when you as a total stranger, he convinces you to buy something. How does he do it? Why can't you do it? I have always observed these salespeople like sari sellers, clothes stores, shopkeepers. You see, they are so comfortable with strangers. So the first thing you have to do, how to connect with them, is to understand as to what is their mindset. And once you, how can you understand their mindset? What do they want? Be very clear. He will ask you. He says, "What do you want?" I say, "I want XYZ product." He says, "Okay, I got three varieties." Now, the first step is very clear here that we have communicated, we have exchanged information. I have conveyed to him what I want. He has understood what I want. For example, I go to a stationery shop to buy this pen, and I say I need a pen. I don't say I need a writing instrument. Moment I say writing instrument, he's going to show me a calligraphic pen, a ballpoint pen, a fountain pen, and blah, blah, blah. So the message is very clear. And this is where we go wrong. We do not convey the right things at the right time because we are on autopilot. We are not mindful. We say something, okay, just get that stuff. Yeah. Now just get that stuff. You actually want your laptop for the presentation. But that guy goes and gets a overhead projector. Then you say, "Oh, I didn't ask this. Who told you to get this? I wanted my laptop." Miscommunication, poor communication. And remember, if there is poor communication, it leads to misunderstandings. And worst of all, it leads to disagreements. People will revolt, people will object, people will not follow what you're trying to tell them. So let's see what happens in poor communication. Poor communication happens when there is a disconnect between what is said and what is understood. So, like, that is why we cannot connect with people and win them. Winning people is an art. I'm a stranger. I talk to you. You say, "Okay, yeah, who are you? How are you?" That's 60 seconds. I do my assessment about you people. I know where are you from, and I do my own judgment. I label you. But that's on my perception. So now I have to understand you more. So the first thing you need to do when you're establishing communication with somebody, you have to be gullible. When I say gullible, is that you have to send a message to him through your body language, through your eyes, that yes, I am interested in you. I'm talking to you. I want to communicate with you. It can be a simple smile. If most of you who are commuting every day in malls or in workplaces, look at a stranger and smile. Just do this. You'll be surprised. He will smile back because we humans are used to reciprocating. I open a car door for you. You will open the door for me next time. I get a glass of Coke for you. You will get a glass of Coke for me next time. We like to reciprocate. This is a inbuilt mechanism of humans, reciprocation. Have you ever, how many of you, just raise your hand, how many of you have complimented a stranger? I have done it. I can say with my chin up, chest out. I like somebody's. I was in Bangalore. I stepped out of the hotel and I saw a couple standing where that man was wearing a white cotton kurta with a beautiful dhoti, white dhoti. And I just walked up to him. I said, "Wow, what a beautiful attire you're wearing. I like it. Very Indian." He said, "Thank you very much." He said, "You can also get it from online from this. How many of you have done that? How many of you smiled at people? These are small exercises which give you insights into how to communicate with people, and later you can influence them. Now, case study about poor communication. I want to give you. Ramesh is 39 years old. He's working for a multinational company. He's a IIT graduate. He's done his MBA and he's done a professional AI skill technical course from USA and has just got a job. Ramesh is a go-getter. He wants to prove himself. He wants to do well and he wants to rise up in the higher echelons of the company. But there is a problem with Ramesh that he finds faults with people and openly tells them about those faults. Wherein a stage has come that without understanding the problems of his team, he has started striking people with punishments and appraisals, warnings, counselings. After 6 months when he's in this workplace, his bosses are very happy with him, but his team is not. He's given a project, which is a high-end project from an American firm, and they have to meet a deadline. Ramesh's team has 6 members, and by the time the thing has to be met, the deadline has to be reached, Ramesh misses the deadline. When the higher echelon people ask him what went wrong, it is a team which tells them that we did not understand what Ramesh wanted. He did not tell us what was the goal. He did not tell us what was the purpose. He did not tell us what were we supposed to do. Poor communication examples. So what happened? Ramesh lost his job because 3 similar projects he missed the deadlines. Despite being qualified, capable, and a very effective manager, he could not carry his team along because there was disagreement, there was despair, there was resentment. All this comes from communication. And had he played with his team properly, communicated properly, he probably would have completed all the projects in due course of time. Now, this happens. Most important thing is take a feedback. In communication, you have to take a feedback. The feedback is, as I understand, is it what you're saying this? Deepak, as I understand, you're saying this. Am I right? Yes. You've done a mid-course correction. You're talking of mutual funds. He's talking of shares. You think he's talking of mutual funds. He'll say, no, I'm not talking about mutual funds. I'm talking about... These are small baby steps which you have to pay attention to because that is the reason we miss on important points. We have mistaken beliefs. Mistaken beliefs are based on our perspectives, our experiences. Oh, this guy is talking loudly, na? He is a dominating man. So these things play a very important role in actually what is going to transpire. What is the result of your communication? It should always be in the positive. And the way in the positive should be like the person acknowledges, okay, yes, okay, I understood what you're trying to say. Or you say, I understand what you're trying to say. That is the need which we have to pay attention to. So simple, I will give you 4 simple mantras today. We're running short of time. Is know your audience. Understand what they want. Number 1. If I am talking to my workers, I have to know that, yes, I have to come to their level of understanding. What do they want? They want clear directions. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the manufacturing process, first will be the raw material, it will go to number 2, there it will be processed, number 3, it will be assembled, number 4, it will be packed, and then later dispatched. Know your audience, deliver according to the audience and their needs. Second is sending right messages at the right time. For example, you're driving in heavy traffic, and there's a message which is being sent to you by your boss or by your junior that there's a problem. Ramesh is giving me trouble in the case study. Wrong time, wrong message. The time and the place has to be right for good communication. Most important, number 3, context. What is your context? My context is shares, finance and shares. But the context which the other person might relate to is mutual funds. Wrong. The whole communication is finished. Either he'll walk off or he'll carry a very poor impression of me. The context is not understood by the receiver, or the context is not clear for the sender. He doesn't know the difference between mutual funds and shares. And last is the right channel. The right channel is certain things when you want to appreciate, be honest in compliments, do it vocally, speak. Very well done. Congratulations. And when there is something like Ramesh has to be pulled up and he's not met his deadline, it can be via email. It can be via any other WhatsApp or some social connectivity, where he gets the message prior to the second part of communication with you. That is, the next day he comes to you and says that, sir, you sent me this mail. Again, like, I'm building on my communication. That is what is important. Right. So we are at the top of the hour. If there are any questions, just type in the chat box. In the meantime, I have a course which is Persuasive Communication. You can connect with me here and join my WhatsApp group. I give this information from time to time. This will help you build up your own skill. And always look for a mentor or a coach. I again and again repeat this. I am running this course for you all. So if you wish, you can connect and you can get the details, book a strategy call with me. I'm available. I'll give you a 30 minutes free strategy call. I'll understand, make you feel, and you will see visible results in 21 days. In case you feel that you have not succeeded, then I'll return the money, no questions asked. And this is what I cover in that. You'll sharpen your skills. You'll boost productivity, opposite sex attraction. You'll have many followers like you. You'll feel confident, comfortable, and also you will be able to control. You'll be in control of situations in your workplace, in your family, in your relationships, and your friends. So do book a session with me and see if you want to join my course, because I do not take more than 6 candidates at a given time, because I feel that the delivery has to be very effective. And this communication is a very important part of succeeding in any sphere of life. Yeah. So any chat, I see one. Live sessions or recorded, sir? Okay, Deepak has asked. Well, these are live sessions. This is a live course, and we will have one session a week wherein you will be given, the session will be of 30 minutes. I keep it to 25 to 30 minutes because beyond that, the concentration is at stake. I will have one-on-one coaching concept sessions wherein we will have people, 5-6 people, and I will be conducting that thing specifically for you. And this will stretch into almost 8 sessions. And thereafter, I give you a follow-up of 2 sessions, which are feedback sessions where I don't charge you anything. If you have any questions or doubts, you can join, you can call me, connect with me, and we continue with the course. So I have answered your question. These are 8 sessions, 1 session per week. So it's 6. So So 6, and we have 2 sessions. So it's about a month and a half. Yeah, the price, I have priced this. Actually, the last course which I've done is it was priced at 30K, but at this moment I'm giving you this for only 9999. And this offer will not be open for long, because this 9999 offer is just for these people who have taken out their time and joined me on these webinars. And there are a few people who've been connecting with me for the past 6 months. So it is priced at 9999. It is. And there was no 750 offer. I have not given any 750 offer. I think this is wrong. And in case you have any doubts, you want to clarify something, you can connect with me, Deepak. My address and this thing is given here. And you can send me a mail or you can book a call, and I will clarify your doubts. Any other questions? Okay. So all the very best to you. I end this presentation here, and we hope to see you again in the next webinar. By then, practice what I've told you and become an effective communicator. Connect with me for a strategic call, and I'll help clear your doubts and problems. Goodbye. Bye-bye.